And welcome back, everybody, to the Freaking Awesome Podcast, and this is episode 47.
Yeah, man. let's kill that bass head. Alright, let's do this. I'm on the air, we got this pockets flow. It's me and Tony on the mics, we gotta let you know of current events, little gaming, sprinkle in some entertainment. We stay humble, but our moms still think we're famous. Turn up the bass and baby, maybe let that magic flow. Our spoken word is all the things you really wanna know. Having a good time on the show, T-Bows and Matty G. Tune in and hit subscribe and join us on the FAP.
Welcome, everybody, to the Freaking Awesome Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Bowes, and socially distancing, sitting across from me, is my brother from a sexier mother, Matty G.
Hey there, I'm pretty good here.
How you doing, bud? I threw you with the mother thing this time, didn't I?
What?
I said I threw you with the mother thing this time. I could tell there was a delay.
Yeah. You threw me off. I loved it.
Yeah, that's not often.
I will spit out my water.
Yeah. What can I say? Your mom's good looking. It's all good.
Yeah, I love it.
Yep. Yeah. I can totally see where you get your genes from, though. Yeah.
Are you talking about my mom?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
So, you're ready to rock and roll today?
Yep.
Well, that's
good as ever.
That's fantastic, because we have a very special guest who's a recording artist. His name is Mike Ruby. Mike, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be great. But before we get too far into things, Maddie, how about you start with our news?
Absolutely. First article, topless woman saves family from drowning in the UK. Article reads, she wasn't wearing a Baywatch swimsuit. Actually, she wasn't wearing anything up top at all. But a woman in England still managed to save the day for some struggling swimmers. Jessica Lane, 28 years old from Cornwall, UK, was sunbathing topless on Nature's Beach Pendenvoundir near Porcuno on Tuesday when she went in for a short swim. It was just after 3 p.m. The tide was coming up. I decided to go for a final dip before going home. Leighton told Cornwall Live newspaper. I was topless in the sea when I saw two young women struggling to swim near rocks. Another member of the family ran in to help them, and she started struggling too. I swam toward them and thought, shit. As I realized how strong the rip current actually was, I was struggling myself, and they were panicking, which is never good in a situation like that. She ended up saving two sisters and a cousin. Afterwards, one of Leighton's friends said, not all heroes wear capes, and some of them don't even wear bikini tops.
You know what? So I automatically, as soon as I hear about the riptide, she could have just said, the tide pulled it off while I was trying to save your kids.
Right?
Right. She could have actually left out the fact that she was topless sunbathing and just said, no, I was fully clothed when I went in. That just the current tore off my clothes. No,
it was actually like, there weren't kids. There was like three women. So,
okay. Sorry. When I heard young women, I just assumed they were like young. But
no. They were younger women though.
Wow.
But because immediately that's funny that your brain went there. My brain went to, I'm pretty sure I've seen a porno start like this.
Right.
I thought your story was going to be a little juicier, guys. I mean, topless women swimming out to some older women and some younger women. Oh, okay, it's not a guy. Okay. All right.
Where's this going?
Now this is also believable, and now I believe it. But as you guys said, these are all true stories.
Yes, it's true.
No.
Yeah, it's just like, wait a minute.
No
Matt's
fake news on this show. No fake news.
Matt's just going off on his personal fantasy.
Yep.
Oh goodness. All right. Well, let's get this one a little bit juicier. Honestly, when I saw that the title of this one, I honestly didn't know where to go with this, but it was so funny. Wait till the punchline. But the title reads, White woman gives birth to black baby, accuses husband of having sex with black women.
What?
Wait for that. Yeah. So let that mull through a little.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So this event happened in a Spanish hospital last Monday when a white woman was giving birth and her husband was present in the delivery room. The labor was going smoothly until the baby appeared, causing great confusion. First, the medical team thought the baby was darker because of respiratory failure, but when the whole body came out, they realized that it was a healthy little black boy. The exhausted mother opened her arms, received her newborn, and when she had it on her chest, she immediately yelled at her husband, "You bastard, I knew you were cheating on me. Look what you've done. Go away."
Wow.
That's so
awesome.
misguided.
The mother
That's
started crying
awesome.
and automatically won the argument as the husband just stood there speechless. And the medical team had to do nothing but respect her wishes and escort him out of the room.
Oh my gosh.
Now,
You know, that reminds me of a few things. First of all, wedding crashers, you shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Exactly.
Yep.
And also kind of a little bit about the Trump thing, about, there would be fewer cases of COVID if we didn't test.
Yeah,
they're all
that is
people,
true. That is true.
That's so true.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Now the father
We're number
gave...
one at COVID. We're number one.
Yeah. Now the number one thing was 2 days later, the father gave an interview. The father said, "I try to talk to her, but she always just starts crying. I don't want her to. I don't want to hurt her, and I just have to accept the accusations." From the woman's point of view, the doctor says this is impossible, but I saw him chatting with a black woman.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh my god. I don't even. You know what though? Isn't there like a rare gene though where you can end up being a different ethnicity? Like,
Honestly,
what if it's one of like? What if it's
I think
that
that's-
one?
I think that was one of those things that actually comes as an excuse. But there, you know what? I'm willing to entertain the idea and say there is a possibility. I don't think that's true though.
All right, now I have to do research on this.
Yes.
You've ruined my night. Thank you.
That's right. But, imagine how he feels. Yeah. All right. Did you have anything else there, Maddie?
Nope. That's it for me today.
Perfect. I have a very quick one, and you're gonna love this one because this one strikes home. This is the Canadian news.
Sweet.
All right, you ready for this one? I don't know if you've seen this, but we are going to post the video up on our website, or up on our Facebook page. This comes from Woodstock, Ontario. The title says, "Police intervene as a Porsche driver attempts to haul a hot tub using a homemade cart."
What?
Yeah. So there's video footage of this. And honestly, it is the most unbelievable thing you'll ever see. So after receiving several reports of a vehicle pulling a hot tub down the highway, Woodstock police caught up with the offending driver and pulled him over on Wednesday. Photos of the incident began to make their way around social media the day later, raising more than a few eyebrows. What happened was a 54-year-old man was charged with careless driving, and he has this very odd, looks almost like a dolly and a whole series of 2x4s hauling a 1,500-pound hot tub on the back of his Porsche.
What? Oh my gosh, man. That's
honestly,
crazy.
I cannot even see any ropes lashing it to the thing. It's almost like they just tipped it up there and said, yeah, it's 1,500 pounds. It'll hold itself.
I've heard of throwing a hot dog down a hallway, but never a hot tub down a highway.
Right.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good. Well, I'm actually just looking at a photo of this right now. This hot tub is quite erect.
It is.
It's,
It is.
quite erect.
It's
guys.
holding up though. It's true.
It's definitely holding up. I actually, it's like a kickstand. It's like bigger than the Porsche.
Yes. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. No, it's actually sticking up like 8 feet in the air.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
So
That's
The hot tub is ridiculous.
Yes.
That's
dude,
what I'm talking about.
that whole
Hot tub.
picture is the definition of white privilege.
I mean, so you're driving a Porsche. I mean, how stupid could you be to think that you can carry this hot tub?
my gosh.
I guess his argument is, until the cops caught me, it was doing just fine.
Yeah.
So I don't
Right.
know, was he stupid or ingenious?
A for engineering.
That 100%.
Because it does definitely look jerry-rigged.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give
Are
him
those
Wow.
twist ties?
Oh man. Yeah. Never
Wow.
underestimate the power of a zip tie, let me tell you.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Yeah. Right
Yeah.
on. So that's all the news I have for today. I know we're going to cut our news segment a little bit short, but that's because we want to turn things over and talk to you, Mike.
Awesome.
Wonderful. So how about you, you know what? How about you start by telling our listeners about your new single you dropped?
Yeah. So, well, I dropped my last single. What was it? It's called Unapologetic. Around 5 or 6 weeks ago now.
Yep.
And I'm actually releasing my first EP tomorrow, which is crazy. I guess that's
Exciting
in
news.
what is that? Let's try to do math right now. 12 minus 5 is 7 hours.
Yeah.
See,
yeah,
not just
no,
a voice,
it's,
got brains too.
Oh God. Yeah, no, I wasn't me in the Porsche, guys. I swear to God, it wasn't me.
Would you tell us
yeah,
if
no,
it was?
Well, no, I mean, that was my kind of inclination that it was me, but it wasn't me.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It was funny, actually, you mentioned Unapologetic. That actually came out, well, it came out on my birthday. It's weird because
Oh, damn.
I remember finding it and listening to it on my birthday because I always look for music and stuff like that and to listen to while we're doing whatever. And I came across that song. So I was actually really excited when Tony mentioned that you were coming on the show because I kind of, you know, that your name stuck out, which was awesome. But then it's weird because YouTube changed the release date to the 15th, but it actually came out on the 14th. So I don't know what happened there. But anyways, I remember seeing it released on the
Someone jumped the gun.
14th.
Oh, you know what? That's crazy. That might be because I did a YouTube premiere, which it was the first time I did that. Basically, I didn't know what the fuck that meant. He's my friend.
Mhm.
But yeah, basically what it was, you put the movie and you set it as premiere, and then people can actually log on at that time, and there's a live chat element that happens.
Okay.
And you get to actually like chat with all your fans. So I had around 50 or 60 fans on at the time, and it was just kind of a really cool live chat session while the video was about to be premiered. But I think the video was set for that Friday, and people started logging in at 11:30 p.m. But it didn't actually start playing or get on the air until 12:05 a.m.
Yeah.
So that would have taken it to that Saturday, which is the 15th, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Yeah.
How was the how did you find the interacting with the fan stuff? The reason I ask is because we have that option to do it with the podcast, and we haven't taken advantage of that yet. But was it pretty cool?
It was awesome, like really,
Yeah?
really amazing. Yeah, it was great. Definitely, like highly recommend it. I actually spoke to a couple other artists who, you know, I was asking them because I figured they had done it. They have some pretty great numbers, and they were just like, "Yeah, I've never done it." So then I got back to them later, and I was just like, "This is amazing." So it's pretty great. And I have another music video coming in 2 or 3 weeks, depending on just a couple of press outlets in the U.S.
Mhm.
And I'm going to do another premiere with that one. And I think the second time will be a lot better than the first, just because, you know, the first time I was trying to wrap my head around what it was and how it worked, and just how to chat with everybody. But it's so real time that it was pretty easy.
Excellent. Well, and now you're one in, right? So a little bit more experience on it. It should be a little bit more or a little less stress on it. So.
Exactly. And I also I got a ton of friends and fans to participate in this music video. There's like 70 people who are going to be in the video.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we all got in a really small room together last week, and no, I'm just kidding. It's COVID. So we can't.
I was going to say, I mean,
I was gonna like mouth open, like, really?
artists play by their own rules.
Yep.
Jeez, we all crammed into a hot tub. No, we didn't do that. But basically they all sent me videos from their house, and it's pretty international, literally from all over the world. And we green screened like TVs, paintings, picture frames, and we just threw them all up on those green screens. So it's kind of like mean, I hate saying it because it's so corny, but it's kind of like Harry Potter-esque.
Hey, that's not corny at all. We're pro Harry Potter here. So
Yeah.